Welcome. My name is Harry Charalamus, and I'm the founder and CEO of Java Group Proprietary Limited and Trading Edge Dynamics. This basic video covers the main steps on how to use the dashboard, the navigation menus, changes in settings, creating a watch list, helping you search the Explorer for any stock in the share market, and accessing the charts and analysis pages. For more details, visit our help menu and look through the user guide pages. So once again, welcome to Trading Edge Dynamics. So once you enroll as a trial user or as a member, you can reach our website platform and you will first arrive at the dashboard. Please add this to your bookmark so you can easily find this page. First, you will arrive at the dashboard and you will notice that we have a welcome with some basic information about your subscription. I'm a free trial user. Some general information we like our members to know about what is happening on our site, and a list of my watch list and the alerts that I have triggered since the previous day. My total triggered alerts and their accuracy, whether they're bull or they're bear. That means I have 317 stocks total in my watch list. Each watch list gives me how many stocks I have in the bull or bear category and how many have triggered in the last day. The accuracy describes the percentage of the stocks that represent the true direction, bull or bear, as the alerts indicate. Okay, a bit of a market overview. You can switch between ASX indexes. We have the All Ordinaries, the 200, and then the major sector constituents. Just a few of the international indices. The top movers bullish and the top movers bearish for the day. We highlight the top 10, and in each one of these categories we try to cover the percentage daily move with the close on the day, and also a month to date and a year to date, being 30 days and 365 days. Okay, main menu you find on the left hand side. You can expand the menu by clicking, and so you'll find that major headings have a tooltip. So if you hover over for more than 1 second, a yellow tooltip will appear to tell you what that does, and it's true for most major headings as such. That gives you a little bit of an explanation of what you're looking at. Okay, so what you find in this menu, and we'll start by the menu being in the or close position, is the major headings. Dashboard is what we're just looking at now. Explorer is where you analyze the market, and under Explorer you have equities, indices, ETFs, and international indices. Each one of these categories will allow you to get access to all the constituents of that category. And we will focus mainly today in this sector as well as watch list, which is really allowing us to select stocks from the Explorer and add them to our watch list in a number of ways. And if I click on the watch list, you can have up to 10 watch lists. So each watch list can accept up to 40 stocks. So that's giving you a total maximum of 400 stocks you can keep an eye on at any time. Let's start by going to ASX equities, and the page we come to allows us to see alphabetically all the stocks in the indices, and up the top here we have the total numbers of stocks deployed, 1898. Okay, so you can scroll down and obviously find each of these stocks, or you can use the filter and you can type in the stock you want to see, BHP for example, and you'll get just that. As soon as you do any filtering at all on this page, you'll see that this sign will change to red, And if you want to go back, you just clear the filter to go back to your starting point. Let's do that again. So we have BHP. If you want to have more than one stock, we say CBA. So therefore we've got two. Just use a space as your delimiter to separate the stocks. You can put as many as you like. Once selected, if you want to add them to a particular, do something with them, you use the click on the side. That allows you to activate these buttons here once you select a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 40. So you can only select all if you have up to 40 stocks displayed. Okay, so what can we do from here? We can add to a watch list. So these two stocks, we can use the add to watch list button, and we can add them to any of the watch lists listed, which are the watch lists we already have under our account, or add to a new watch list. If you have less than 9, that will allow you to create and name a new watch list. So for the time being, I'll put them in the temp category, and there they go. Two of them, BHP and CBA, have been added to the temp category, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, we can clear our sorts, and we're back to normal. Let's again look at a few stocks: BHP space CBA and space, and let's do a third one, FMG. Okay, what have we got on this page is the code and the name, the last close for the stocks, the liquidity, which is a measure of the traded value in millions of dollars over the last 30 days, and we have the previous closing percentage and the year to date. So obviously it gives an idea how much the stock moved overnight and also year to date. The alert and the date signifies the date at which the alert turned bearish. We have an arrow pointing down, and put a mouse over it, it's bear. It's a red arrow, so therefore indicates that the major trend is in bearish direction. It's going down, and the value of that alert has been triggered is indicated by the delta zone, or around about delta zone. The delta zone is a good indication of where a change in trend has occurred, or as you'll see when we go to our watch list, where the next trend change is likely to occur. Okay, we have a measurement of the index, and if we put our mouse on that again, you see that it's an index of TA indicators, uses a scale of 1 to 100, and it's relative to where it was the day before to where it's going, and we'll have a look at that again in a minute when we look at the page that allows us to look at the analysis in total by going in this section here. Right now, continuing on with this raw explanation, the duration is a number of days since the alert has been triggered, and that's been in bearish mode for the last 21 days, where CBA has just turned bearish in the last 3 days, and so forth. Strength is another measurement of indication, allowing us to a measurement of +2 to -2 that allows us to give us an early warning of a trend change against the trigger trend. And rating is something we can use to rate or group, more likely, the stocks in certain categories. So we can actually add the rating by clicking. We can give it we can put it into the 5-star category or the 1-star category. They're entirely determined by your category groupings. We're just giving them a number of 1 to 5, and allows you to put as many stocks in that category as you like, so you can easily identify them. So if I just clear all these filters, for example, and I want to find all my stocks that I've rated as 1, there they are, 1, 2, and so forth in different categories. Now, as you can see in this page, we have again stocks that are bearish or bullish. Each one of these columns, the top, is filterable using the louver as a filter, or sortable by clicking on a name and changing between ascending, descending, back to where we started. So, or we can actually use the filter to say just take away all the bears, just leave us with the bulls. So we have 766 bullish stocks out of that list, out of 1898. Uh, so again, you can use a combination of all these columns to filter down to the list that you want. For example, we may want to see liquidity of greater or equal to 0 0.5, which is $500,000 traded per day. And again, if I took this filter out here completely, that tells us that we have 331 stocks that trade above 500,000. Now, if I had to see only the bullish of those stocks, then I can do so like that. And again, we've got 222 stocks that are in that category. So let's continue our filtering. So we can then say we want stocks that have just had recent alerts of less than or equal to 30 days. Okay, so all of a sudden we're down to 72 stocks that had their alerts triggered in the last 30 days. Let's say we want to see stocks that are not in bearish but are in bullish mode only. So we take all this out and we're strong bullish, so we just narrow it right down to 38 stocks. And here we are. We have all the stocks that we want to. Because we got it under 40, we can now select them all and then add them to a watch list, for example, for further evaluation or monitoring. Okay, we're going to clear all the filters by clicking the red button, and we're back to our 1898 stocks. And this is how you can use this page in the Explorer to narrow down the field using each one of these columns. For example, you may want to filter things that have had a positive. So we say greater or equal to 0. We don't want to see stocks that are had. So all of a sudden we can see we had 996 stocks out of there. So half the population had a positive year-to-date value percentage. Let's say we want to now see the ones that had bullish currently, and we do that filter as well, and now we're down to 188 stocks, and so forth. Again, I like using the duration because I don't want to know what happened 6 months ago. I want to know what happens today, so I will use greater or equal to, and I would use 30 days so I can get a snapshot of what happens the last 30 days. We're down to 72 stocks. And again, a good filter to use is a liquidity greater or equal to 0.5. And I think we haven't done this correctly. We do it again. So we could say 0.5, which is 500,000. And we're now dealing with 18 stocks that meet that criteria at a positive year-to-date value. We had it back to front, greater or equal to 0. That's better. Okay, we had negative stocks. So we're now having greater or equal to 0. We want to sort them out from the biggest year-to-date to the smallest, or vice versa. Then we can click on the name. So as you can see here, we have a stock like Tawana Resources and Sky Space Global that are running at the highest level. Or we can take that sorting out by clicking again. So you got 3 positions, 3 toggle positions. You have the lowest to highest, highest to lowest, and then no filter, no sorting. And that applies to most of the columns that have the filtering on. You can use the same filtering functions to have them alphabetically, which is the default position. So that gives you most of the functions to play and learn how to sort and analyze the market using the Explorer. Thank you. Talk to you again in one of our next presentations.